Hello and welcome to this November update here at Revesby Estates Farm. So you join me, it's literally the last day of November. So basically leaving autumn now, winter is just around the corner. So in this month, just an update of what we've been getting on at the farm. So update of what's on the farm. I also thought we'd go back and look at, if you remember in the August edition, we'd just drilled that oilseed rape. And we were talking about the companion crops that went in there and the clover. So I'm actually stood in the rape field now. Just going to show you how that rape's progressed, what the clover is like and what it's been doing for us. Then I'm going to show you some of the wild bird plots, what we put in to help feed the birds through the hunger gap. So that's to come up. And then also cover crops as well, how they're progressing. So what have we been doing during November? Lifting more sugar beet. Bush and Sons have been in lifting us some more beet and carting down to the Newark sugar beet factory. Then we've been drilling more winter wheat in behind that, so we're pretty much up to date with the land work from there. We've got some winter beans I've got in the ground, but then like I say, with winter just around the corner, log sales are going very well, so the men have also been busy in the shed while it's been a bit wet overhead, producing more quality firewood. Get that sat out drying through the air, so that'll be probably seasoned now as we get in towards May, June time. That'll be actually ready. We also had our Woodshaw audit, which audits us to make sure our quality of firewood is good, and we're pleased to hear we actually passed the ready to burn audit, which means our wood is below 20% and is ready to burn. With a change in regulations coming in next year, if you're supplying below 2 meters cubed, it will have to be ready to burn wood, guaranteed below 20%. So that's what I've been up. We've had a lot of produce leaving as well. Oilseed rape, oats, beans and some wheat have all been busy leaving the sheds, loading the lorries up. 29 tonne a time on a lorry going out. So we've had quite a lot of produce leaving in this last month as well. So been very busy on the farm. If you also have a look for a video, there's also a video on of our fallow Parkland deer herd as well. So you'll be able to see that this month on YouTube if you just have a look for that. Just a bit of a history on the deer herd there and what we're doing with them at the moment. So yeah, so I'm stood here in this oilseed rape field. It doesn't look at its best at the moment. Probably looked at its best about a month ago. But as the cold weather, we've had some frost now. And as we look down here, you see a mixture of crops. So this is actually the oilseed rape growing here. You can see we've had a little bit of a slug going here, but these rapes are big enough. And then this here is the companion crop. So in my August video I explain about companion crops, but just to update, a companion crop is something we plant with the actual main crop, the destined crop, which is rape. We've planted this in to be a companion. This is shading this rape out to fool a pest called the flea beetle, to try and fool the flea beetle in not to come in here. And also this has had nitrogen nodules on. So what I'm going to do is just take the fork and I'm going to dig some of these up to show you the nodules on it and show you the root structure, what it's been doing in the last sort of 3 months. Right, so I just took my fork, dug through here. So if we peel the soil back, interesting, this field has actually been now direct drill. So by direct drill means it's had no other works, no cultivations, no disturbance other than the drilling it. This is the 7th crop to have that treatment on here. And what you're looking at here is the actual structures of the soil. So you can see this very top layer, you can see where the worms have been working on here. And they've been pulling all this trash. So again, no cultivators. This soil hasn't been mixed around for the last 8 years now. And you can just see the soil that is earthworms in through here. This soil is naturally structuring itself up. Now, if you look out the bottom of this soil lump here, here is the root. That is the root, the tap root from the rape plant through there. So very strong. It's getting through this soil column, no problem, right down into the bottom. There's a good 10 inches of growth there, and these again, these have been snapped off now. They will be going on, so they're accessing soil moistures, nutrition really deep down. But then we mentioned these companion crops. If I just break this soil apart, And here it is. Here's the clover, and here is its root network in here. And what we're hoping to see on here, although yeah, there they are, little white nodules. So this is fixing nitrogen out of the atmosphere for us. So as you know, yeah, you breathe is mainly made up of nitrogen. You can see the root hairs there with these on. This is actually taking that nitrogen out of the air, and these nodules on it have bacteria growing within them, which can convert that nitrogen into a source which is available to this plant. So it wouldn't need any nitrogen, it can grow itself. But this clover, this berseem clover it's called, is chosen because, as you can see now, it's all dropping its heads down. It's going a bit black on the edges. We've had a couple of frosts, not major frosts yet. You can see here it's going black. But as we get into winter now, we'll get more frosts, and that will actually naturally kill this berseem clover off. As that dies, them nitrogen nodules will release the nitrogen, and then this rape can take up that nitrogen. So it's not wasted, it's not leached away. It is actually feeding then that atmospheric fixed nitrogen to this rape crop. So it's benefiting this crop in many ways. This rape crop is looking quite well. It's not too aggressive. It was a lot more aggressive a month ago, but it's going into its winter stage now, going dormant. It's shedding leaves, all the old leaves here. You can see one here, it's gone, nutrition's gone out of it. It's shedding all of that leaf. It's getting into its winter state. It sits tight. The actual buds, if I just pull this one off, sacrifice this one for the video. If I open up right down in the heart here, you can see it's growing leaves, and it's actual buds. So oilseed rape, these are the crops what you see with all the yellow flowers on in the springtime, just in there. So oilseed rape, the yellow flowers you see sort of March, April time in the fields growing. People with hay fever, very sorry, but the bees love them. Is already set. Within there is the actual first flowering bud, sat right deep down in the heart of this rape crop. And this is what we want. We want it like, I'm glad I can't get them out to show, because this is now going to be protected from the frost. Hit down deep in the bottom, the leaves tight around it, keep the frost off them delicate parts of it. We don't want big frothy growth where the frost can get at it. Put it down. It's shedding its leaves off, absorbing all that nutrition back into its heart, and it'll be ready to go. Its main job at the moment during the winter has been to build, I can't even pull them out, build the root network, which will then give it its energy it needs in the spring to get going. It's done that very well. Just like we say from this one, you can see here this big energy source now in this root here. It won't actually grow more root in the spring. It'll just get bigger and thicker. It'll then put all its energy into growing its top in the spring. So the bigger root network we've got into the winter, the better. And the actual yield potential on rape is already set now. It already has its potential set. We now just have to protect and guard that to help nurture it through the best we can. And this companion crop is going to get it off to a good start. So I'll take you now and we'll head on down to see a wild bird plot.